So put their best player out there, put him on our guys. Well, actually, Sewell got beat a little bit on the first time.
2nd and 12. Now down the field, the pass to the sideline. Amon-Ra is there with the catch.
They're going to be right back to where they were last year.
Goff with time on first down. It's complete. Amon-Ra St. Brown brought down inside the Bears 30. Needed only 5 plays on their opening possession. They went 60 yards for a TD. Goff was looking deep, and then he connects with St. Brown for a Lions first down. Gain of 16.
180, what's that?
From the 33, fake to Montgomery. Goff over the middle, St. Brown. Inside the 5, stays on his feet, and is finally marked down at the 1. Third down and 4, and they keep it on the ground with Amon-Ra St. Brown, who picks up. Goff completes St. Brown. Another Lions first. Goff to the end zone. Touchdown, St. Brown.
To a touchdown, Amon-Ra St. Brown on Tyreek Stevenson. That's too easy, right? The communication that's unsaid between Goff and Amon-Ra, that is just too easy. He actually cuts his route short to go back to the football. Goff
to the end zone. St. Brown. Touchdown.
A hamstring injury as a celebration. That's just great. Let's make sure his feet got in. Possesses 1, 2, 3, and he's at the slot. Nick McLeod, a little rub route from Khalif Raymond. No chance. This is the best.
4th and goal, fake to Montgomery.
Too easy.
To St. Brown, into the end zone. His 3rd touchdown today, and there he goes.
Right into the leap zone. There's Amon-Ra. He's in the slot, and he's going to go cross in motion. As soon as he does that, poor communication by the Bears. Nobody covers him. That's why I said it's too easy. And he goes right to the leap zone. Gets up there on the first jump, right? You know, pretty nice, pretty athletic. Okay, kid's having a good time. And then here comes Goff. Oh.
There's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Down he goes, and the last timeout will be taken. This league has changed. Very comfortable coming back in, calling plays. On first down, a toss to Montgomery. Throws back to Goff, who airs it out for St. Brown. What a play. And what a time to show John Morton as they go into their bag of tricks and come up with that for 17.
If you don't, then you get an opportunity to try to take that intermediate throw, which is exactly what he does. Initially, you know, you look at this and you say, okay, was it backwards? It was backwards. So they do a heck of a job there as far as the execution goes.
St. Brown in motion. Goff for St. Brown. He is there, and he's got it. Touchdown, Detroit. What a throw and catch.
An excellent route by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Double move on Marlon Humphrey. So Goff isn't so much worried about St. Brown winning on the route. He's got to hold Hamilton. The safety, is watching as well. And he has to hold him to keep him from going over the top. He does that perfect.
Goff keeps, floats. Amon-Ra, perfect throw and catch.
Marlon Humphrey, number 44, is going to be the one who grabs, and he's got his eyes in the backfield. He's just not anticipating that St. Brown's going to go out on the route. But this ball, he had a step. I'm watching it the whole way, but you got to make this throw. And the great ones make it, and Jared Goff lays it out.
Right now, Brown's living up to their measure of being the #1 defense.
Browns have been tremendous against some top running backs the last couple of weeks. Goff finds a wide open Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Myles Garrett getting there now. That is going to be the challenge. With Myles Garrett, they're getting the pressure.
2022 season, his rookie year. That's number 19. So now Goff and the Lions offense.
180, what's that?
3rd and goal. Fake to Montgomery. St. Brown. Touchdown.
Yes, and there is Amon-Ra. Remember, everything looks like a run. And then sure enough, picked off the defender that was supposed to block him. Just too easy for Jared Goff and Amon-Ra. They've been doing this for years now. This connection is fantastic.
3rd and goal. St. Brown to the end zone. Touchdown.
Amon-Ra and Jared Goff. Jared Goff checks him into the right play. And then that little subtle move by Amon-Ra to set up the block.
Goff finds Amon-Ra St. Brown open for the first down, diving across midfield. And the offense into Bengals territory once more with a 16-yard gain.
You just get a little stack out here, and you got Jamison Williams, so you know you got to worry about the vertical going deep. Well, that clears out too. And again, you're putting some people in some tough positions.
Take the toss. Here's Amon-Ra St. Brown with blocking in front. Nice spin by St. Brown, and he's across the 35 and down to the 36. He had Penei Sewell out there leading the way, and he picks up 16.
Kind of funny, right? We got Penei Sewell's right here coming out on the screen. Now, remember, go back to 2021 in that draft class, right? Cincinnati gets Jamar Chase at 5, and the Lions are getting excited because now Penei Sewell may fall to them at 7. He ends up falling
Late by these Bengals. Goff to the air, it's caught, and Amon-Ra St. Brown on the run, and a crowd quieter down to the Bengals 35. He picks up 26 before Dax Hill and Cam Taylor-Britt can track him down.
Yeah, and that's who he is, right? He's a crowd quieter. I mean, you're getting back into it. Look at that release to the outside. That allows him to get back open on the inside. He takes Dak Hill. Dak Hill's got to respect that outside movement on the release, and then he gets caught in the inside release. It's going vertical. So just a good play design pre-snap to be able to free up Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Jones remains on the sideline for the 42. Tranquil pressure picked up. St. Brown underneath. First down Detroit at the Chiefs' 46-yard line. And Amon-Ra St. Brown upright in motion. Goff's throw complete. St. Brown turning upfield to the 35-yard line.
Goff over the middle. He's got St. Brown, and he's got a touchdown.
Just had a good year, but Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to come in on the cross, and when you're matched up one-on-one with him, and Jacob Parrish being a rookie, of course, he slips, but that's a tough matchup. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Signing autographs out there tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll be covered in snow.
Here is wide open St. Brown. And Daniel Jones, part of the Indianapolis Colts, they have the best record in the NFL as the Buccaneers try to match them here tonight. Another big chunk.
Back and forth between the two of them. They've got it.
3rd and long. Goff looking over the middle. He goes. There's Amon-Ra St. Brown. So reliable on 3rd downs across the middle. Big number 70. They go jumbo. He catches passes too. Goff, though, throws a quick slant. St. Brown diving, and he's a smidge short. Going to be down at about the 1.5-yard line. Hard to miss him at 6'9". Pressure again. Goff saves it. Perfect throw to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's going to pick up a big chunk.
Trying to go through multiple cadences to figure out how to deploy his blockers.
Pressure, Goff. St. Brown makes a catch, but not a first down. And so it's going to be a 4th down and about 5.
So he just hasn't had much time to survey things down the field.
Blitz is picked up. Good throw. St. Brown's got it into Vikings territory. He goes.
Yeah, they've had a really good relationship, but they're going to rely on his leadership and his ball skills to stop the run.
Fake to Gibbs. Catch made by St. Brown. Had a lot of running room. Picks up a first down. Dan Skipper top of your screen. Backup offensive lineman split out wide to the right. Catch made by St. Brown. You know, we've seen trick plays over the last several seasons. Goff on the slant to St. Brown. He is in for a Lions touchdown.
You know that is his guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown goes inside, splits the two, gets the easy touchdown. He's going against Mikey Sainristil still, and they really...
Third-round pick, and Howie Roseman had a few of them. Still has two left. Goff play action, throwing downfield. St. Brown on the run in space. Amon-Ra St. Brown out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Gain of 34. First down, Detroit.
It's at the top there. Abdul Carter, one of their top draft picks, and you want to see more production from him.
Third overall pick by the Giants. Amon-Ra St. Brown picks up another Lions first down. All the way to the Giants' 15 and 18-yard pass play.
I've seen him actually off the ball playing linebacker.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Gets it into the hands of St. Brown, and he forces his way into the end zone for a Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra is coming across in motion. As he does that, you see all the blockers getting ready. They have the angles. They go to Brian Burns' side. He actually played that pretty well in efficient offense, and that's been frustrating for Lions fans.
Fake to Montgomery, and now Goff complete to St. Brown for a Lions first down in Giants territory. Gain of 17. The Lions and Giants today. Lions-Packers Thursday. Michigan-Ohio State Saturday. All in the state of Michigan. All on Fox. That's career catch number 500 for Amon-Ra St. Brown and a Lions first down. Gain of 30.
There's Amon-Ra going to run right back to the outside. He's working against their backup Corey Black. Deonte Banks was inactive today. And Amon-Ra receiving, pass touchdown in the books.
Wide open, Amon-Ra St. Brown for a Lions first down.
Only Bijan Robinson more scrimmage yards since Gibbs came in as a rookie. Catch is made on the run. St. Brown. St. Brown inside the 10, setting him a first down and goal. Play action. Fired over the middle. Big gain inside the 30-yard line. St. Brown to the 13-yard line. The tackle in bounds. Clock keeps running.
And let's give Dan Campbell a lot of credit, but of course, how fitting. The leader, the guy that was questioned whether or not he'd be able to play with the ankle, you go to him. He's been making plays all night. He goes up there against Deron Bland with the soft coverage. Instead of running and working the clock, they get aggressive, make Dallas pay for sitting back, and who better than number 14 to make one of the biggest plays of the game.
From the 17, here's Goff in prime real estate, going deep. End zone caught. Touchdown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and the Lions strike first.
Two posts. Amon-Ra's the outside one. Breaking out in front of Kobe Durant. Durant doesn't have much help to the inside. A lot of times those corners in that cover 4 look will kind of play inside.
Get maybe a series, maybe a couple plays, we'll see. Here's Goff. Pressure. He steps away and then floats one. Oh, come on! Amon-Ra St. Brown trying to beat everyone. That was unreal. What a touch, and then the catch and run to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he picks up 52.
St. Brown evading the man at the line of scrimmage, then gets into the defense. Not the first window, not the second window, all the way to the third window. Goff does a great job navigating the pocket, stepping up, and then throwing on the run. A little bit of a tight wobbler right there. St. Brown with the catch and run, but look at the pocket. Great job holding up at tight end, and great job with Goff just manipulating his...
3rd and 5. Quick throw, screen. St. Brown gets a block. Amon-Ra spins his way to the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown, Lions.
the Rams. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Fake the handoff, throw the slip screen. Then you got Sewell out there in front. You got Ratledge. A lot of bodies up there at the line of scrimmage. They're selling out to stop this run.
Play fake. Goff zips it outside and is caught by St. Brown for a first down. Perfect throw and play call, and the Lions
sneaks his way out of the backfield. Great play design, and when we did talk to Coach Campbell, he said, yep, I want to be aggressive, but I also want to really love my call. And I guess he loved that call.
Yeah. On 4th and 1, play fake. Goff throws, caught for a first down, and they stay alive. St. Brown, who else?
The boot to the left, zone coverage. You're thinking it's going to be man. St. Brown finds the spot between Durant and the linebacker, and then Goff delivers it exactly where the defense is not.
It's a 3rd and 6. Got the first down. St. Brown got separation. There is a flag as he moved it inside the 20. Gibbs lines up wide to the right. Now they're going to bring him in.
And nobody motions with him, so you know it's zone.
Back over to Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra's got a blocker out in front. Amon-Ra to the 20. Being pushed from behind. Then he's down to the 10.
All the fans here, white towels, all decked in white. You can feel the energy, but the quick pop pass over the top, and it goes to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who gets spun out after a gain of 11 in this first half. Goff, step up, and another rifle. Just find the open man. Play clock all the way down. Here comes the pressure. Goff out of the pocket. Goff on the run. Wobbler is caught. Perfect spot for Amon-Ra St. Brown, and another conversion on 3rd down. In this half, this is a 2nd and 10 from the 20, make it 33-yard line. A catch is made. St. Brown hangs on and then gets some tough yards on the back end.
3rd and 9 here. Bears show blitz. They come with it. Goff sees it underneath, catch, and a first down and more. It is St. Brown. Who else? The master on 3rd down. 2nd down. Goff near side. St. Brown again, already off to a big start. That's another first down for the Lions.
St. Brown's got all 3 targets so far in this game on 3rd down. Let's see if he gets a 4th.
Looking that way. Goff throwing that way. Guess what, Tom? He does. It's another first down. Keep going back to it for Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 5th catch of the game.
Yeah, and a tough matchup for CJ. Those receivers didn't want to run out to their spots again.
Blitz coming. Goff sees it, throws incomplete again against that blitz. It's St. Brown, who's having a monster first half for another Lions first down. 3rd and 4. Goff stands in on a rope. St. Brown on a beauty on an in-cut. Gets a block. Amon-Ra St. Brown is down to the 15.
Mouths to really execute to any part of the field. Bears are going to have to get some pressure on Goff.
Back to throw over the middle. Another completion to a wide open St. Brown. He is
before half, so you'd like to be closer than that distance was.
Yeah, that was 53. Here's Goff. Over the middle, and again a completion over there to St. Brown. Now he's in field goal range and more. Wow. Slides down to the 25, and there you go.
They run it down to the end. It's just a little drift concept. Play action fake. You get all the linebackers into the defense, and then there's a void in that 2nd level, which St. Brown has been exploiting his entire